It was March 16th, 1946 in Hamilton, Ontario. A group of children were playing on the edge of the Niagara Escarpment when one of them stumbled on a strange bundle hidden in the underbrush. Wrapped in a bloody bedsheet was a headless, limbless torso. It had been freshly sawed and dumped like trash. The medical examiner determined it was a man, middle-aged, killed just days before. But it wasn't until police knocked on one specific door and asked one specific woman a question. That's when things got really weird. Because when they told Evelyn Dick her husband's torso had been found in the woods, she smiled. Part 1. The murder. The torso belonged to John Dick, a 39-year-old streetcar conductor who had recently married a glamorous young woman named Evelyn. They lived separate lives. He was a quiet, working-class guy. She was the kind of woman who wore furs to the bakery and was rumored to have visitors almost nightly, including married businessmen, wealthy men, and sometimes even gangsters. When asked about her husband's death, Evelyn claimed she hadn't seen him in weeks. Then, just a few days later, she changed her story. Evelyn suddenly claimed John had been murdered by her father, Donald McLean, a violent man with mob ties and a massive temper. She said he had shot John in the head during an argument, sawed off his arms, legs, and head, then burned the pieces in a furnace. Then she added, "I carried the torso in a bag and dumped it myself." And just when police thought this couldn't get darker, it did. Part 2. The baby in the attic. While searching Evelyn's house, officers opened a dusty attic crawl space and found something that would permanently stain the walls of Canadian criminal history. Inside a box, wrapped in clothing and newspaper, was the mummified body of a baby. Her baby. A child Evelyn had never told anyone about. An autopsy showed the baby had starved to death. There were no birth records, no medical visits. When asked about the child, Evelyn said, "I just never wanted it." Part 3. The trials. The country was glued to the newspapers. The story had everything. A beautiful femme fatale, a murdered husband, a dead baby in the attic, and a father who may have killed for his daughter. Evelyn was tried for John Dick's murder, and her defense lawyer stunned the courtroom by saying she had been manipulated and abused by her father her entire life, and that he had orchestrated the entire crime. It worked. She was acquitted of her husband's murder, but when she was later charged with the baby's death, there was no defense that could save her. She was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to life in prison. But here's the twist. She didn't stay there. Part 4. The disappearance. After serving just over 10 years, Evelyn was quietly released from prison in 1958. She changed her name, vanished from the public eye, and was never seen again. No photos, no interviews, no grave. There are rumors she started out a new life in Western Canada, that she remarried, had more children, but no one really knows for sure. She simply disappeared. So what happened to Evelyn Dick? Was she the mastermind of some gruesome domestic murder? Or a pawn in her father's twisted web? One thing is certain. John Dick's torso was found. His limbs never were. And Evelyn's baby, left to die in a box, was never even given a name. Canada had never seen a case like it. A murderess with movie star looks, a family soaked in secrets, and a woman who walked free and then disappeared.